She's from there, but she lives close to me, sort of close to me.
She's a transplant.
Okay.
Yeah, she's down in Georgia too.
You know, the devil went down to Georgia.
That's right, back in 1991.
Soul to steal.
All right, so a couple things, ladies, for you two. I don't know if maybe MJ, do you want to mute them until we're ready to introduce them and bring them on, as opposed to them trying to push?
Because they've got a phone. Yeah, I can do that.
So if you guys are okay with that, when we start the show at the top of the hour, we play a little intro, and then I do kind of a little introduction. I'm going to cover just a couple things fairly quickly, but I'll then go ahead and we'll introduce our happy hour.
Okay.
And then at that point, I'll have MJ then unmute you guys. And so at that point, we will hear you and hear whatever else is going on around you. So
Correct.
do your best if you can. I see other people running around in the background. Just from an audio standpoint, at least during that time period, try and have them sit or
No, they will.
whatever.
They will be silent and not around.
Yes, they will.
I know that look.
Because Santa's watching. He likes podcasts.
That's right.
Exactly.
and then like I told you guys, so do you have the drink recipes and everything in front of you?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll have you walk through each of those. You can give the recipe. I might have you talk, and the freaks can always jump in as well. It's kind of open. That's kind of how we play it here.
The freaks.
Yeah, all of our co-hosts. So we'll ask you a little bit about the drinks, maybe what inspired you, all that stuff, and then when we're done with that, we'll talk a little bit about what you guys do and how people can reach you or follow you, all that kind of stuff. And then we'll take just a kind of a quick little break just to say thanks and let you guys sign off at that point. But we'll get you through right away so we don't have you too long, okay?
Oh, it's okay. We're cool, so it's whatever.
Good. Okay.
Okay.
We've got 2 minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
Kim, what's up? Dina, what's up?
What's
Hi,
up,
guys.
Brady?
Maz?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, baby?
Hey.
He's got his leisure suit on over there.
And
Yeah.
we're alive. I
Brady's
love
got
it.
his like Columbia thing on. He's got his drink.
No, Columbia. Wait.
Cavs?
Columbia. That's what I said.
It's Cavs. It's the Cleveland Cavaliers. I know they're not doing
It's a
so
Columbia
great.
jacket.
Oh.
I see the
On your
Columbia
shoulder?
jacket.
Oh.
He's like, oh, I just bought this. I didn't even realize that was there.
No,
You saw the
yeah.
fruit of the loom, and
Yeah.
wait, what?
I'm not a big brand guy. I just look for logos.
Your mom and
I
dad
just
look for
make
logos,
it.
right?
Yeah, that's a good point.
And then Dan is not on, so somehow he fell off, huh?
Yeah, he said he's coming back.
Okay. I thought he was at least
1 minute.
staying on.
It's kind of like Nebraska. They're coming back. I mean, they are.
Maybe.
Hey,
Oh, they got walloped by
Hey.
the Gophers. My
Okay.
gosh.
I know.
What happened to you
The
guys?
Gophers.
The Gophers.
Gophers.
Brutal.
All right, ladies, we're gonna mute you,
Yep.
and then we'll when I introduce you, we'll put you back on. Okay.
Yeah, of course, I muted him. You couldn't hear him say okay.
You gotta mute Brady too if he keeps coughing like
Well,
that.
yeah,
You feeling okay? You a little under the weather?
All right, 30
do have a
seconds.
cold. This drink's gonna help, though.
Oh, he's got a cold. Yeah, have a blizzard.
Aw.
That'll make you feel better. All right, so Dina, Dina's not. Are you drinking anything, Dina?
Well, I have a vodka cranberry, but
Got it.
that was
Okay,
it.
Maz, what
10
are you drinking?
seconds.
Oh, I got a lemongrass Kona Hawaii
Something.
beer.
Okay.
Yeah.
MJ, are you drinking anything?
Yep, I got the Storm Spotter.
You do. Okay. Kim, are you drinking anything?
Am I
Kim?
drinking anything?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry guys. Yes, I have my drink.
Yours. Okay. All right.
All right, we
I just
gotta
wanted
go.
to see
Ready?
who had something.
Ready
Are
to
we
go?
supposed
We got
to
to
have our
go.
own drinks?
All right, quiet, everybody.
Yeah, whatever you want. I don't care.
Fine.
Drink.
All right, here we go. tornadoes to hurricanes, blizzards, and everything in between, you're listening to the Stormfront Freaks podcast. Stormfront Freaks are former television meteorologist Mark Massaro, atmospheric science graduate and skywarn storm spotter Brady Harris, digital meteorologist and weather producer on the Weather Channel app Dina Knightley, former on-camera meteorologist at the Weather Channel Kim Cunningham, Emmy-winning storm chaser and photographer Chris Sanner, and I'm your announcer and Skywarn Network coordinator Mark Johnson. Now, here's the moderator of the Stormfront Freaks podcast, Skywarn storm spotter and chaser Phil Johnson.
All right. Well, hey, I couldn't trust everybody by themselves, so I'm actually back this week. Welcome, everyone, to the most entertaining weather podcast on your listening and viewing device.
It
now,
was last week.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was. I watched. I heard it. I
saw from the reviews, Phil. They said, "Man, this podcast was the best so far." Anonymous user 27 said that.
That was your grandma. Hey, this is the Stormfront Freaks podcast, and for those of you watching our unedited recording, we call it the Stormfront Freaks Raw. And for those of you checking us out for the first time, thanks for finding us. Be sure to catch our last episode with former hurricane hunter and current National Weather Service MIC in Louisville. It's John Gordon. Or our previous shows, we've had guests like episode 11's Reed Stowe of Rex Game Studios and their upcoming StormQuest game, which was a lot of fun to talk to him. But this is episode 40, and now, I mean, I've this name has changed multiple times, but we're calling it our annual holiday weather gift review and giveaway extravaganza.
woo!
Whoa.
Is that enough? But that's what we're calling it now. Hey, we'll be reviewing lots of great gifts for you or the weather geek in your life. You'll also want to be following our Twitter account, which is Stormfront Freak, as we'll be giving away many of these products we're reviewing as well. And also stick around because we're still going to have our Titan U Minute, Weather Fools, WX Resources, listener comments, and more. So we did this last year for the first time. We did it right before Black Friday. And Black Friday is really becoming less of a thing, right?
Not at Walmart.
Yeah, not at Walmart. If anything, it's becoming more of a thing.
There's all kinds of good video come out of that.
But so it's all this online shopping and everything. But we did a holiday show where we reviewed products and we gave away products, and it was a big hit. So we're going to be doing it again this year. But before I introduce the team, I do want to say hi and thank you to all those that I met at Indiana Storm Chaser Convention, which actually isn't until this Saturday, November 18th. But by the time this show is edited and produced, it's like Back to the Future.
It's like a black hole, man.
By the time this show is produced and released on Sunday, the Indiana Chaser Con will have happened. So for those of you listening to us, that I maybe saw and all that good stuff. Thanks for checking us out.
So you're saying thank you to people you haven't met yet.
Yeah, I sure hope you don't get
Is it really genuine then, Phil? Because if you're not even really saying thank you.
You're correct. It is. I was there. I was there last year and I met some awesome people. So I know I'm going to meet some great people this time too.
That's going to make me drink.
I also want to let you guys know, if your favorite pro football team is not playing on Thanksgiving, and I'll tell you what, even if they are, be sure to check out some of our best episodes of Stormfront Freaks Raw on Oklahoma Weather Tracker TV, because they're going to be streaming a marathon of Stormfront Freaks Raw all day. We're going to have the shows with past guests like Reed Timmer, Jim Cantori, Gary England, and a lot more. But you can find the Oklahoma Weather Tracker TV app on Roku, Apple TV. You can find it on your Android device, your Apple device, or just go to oklahomaweathertracker.com and you can watch it there as well.
So I think freaks. Phil, you have to loosen your belt, right?
Yeah. So I wonder if anyone's going to binge watch that. Do you think we have any binge watchers of our podcast on?
I know we do. We've had people that have commented about it. We had a review. We had a review. One of our Apple reviews was someone that binge listened, not watched, but binge listened to every single show. So that was pretty cool. All right, so hey, it's time for what I think is the best introduction of our co-host freaks we've ever had to date, and we're doing it tonight. So this is going to be great. So if you've listened to us before, you know we like to introduce the laid-back nature of the show by finding out what all of our co-hosts are drinking. Okay, in fact, it triggered an iTunes review from a listener that asked, quote, "Is this a beer podcast?" Right. So the point is, it's always happy hour here, but especially tonight as we have some special guests from Cincinnati that have made some exclusive and signature drinks for the Stormfront Freaks podcast that we want to share with you. So first and foremost, I want to welcome Jess Landis and Jen Rigsby from Jess and Jen Event Bartenders. Good evening.
Hey. Thanks, lady.
Welcome.
lady.
I'm
I'm
happy
trying
to
to
have
unmute.
you here.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good. Well, welcome, guys. It's good having you. So let's do this. Let's walk through. You guys made and created 5 exclusive drink recipes for our listeners and our show. So I want to walk through those a little bit. Let's start with the flood water, which sounds delicious. I just didn't have the time to get all the ingredients tonight. But tell us about flood water. What's in flood water? What's that all about?
Well, the name comes from the way it looks, because it does look like a dirty drink, and flood water, I mean, let's get real.
Do you feel dirty after you
the
drink
cleanest,
it?
right?
Yeah.
You bet.
Right.
So what's in it?
Here, Jen here, she kind of concocted this one just by experimenting, and it's an ounce of Chambord, an ounce of Frangelico, an ounce of Godiva chocolate liqueur, a shot of espresso, a little bit of chocolate syrup, and then half and half. And you just shake that, chill it, pour it in a martini glass, and it's good to go. And it's really, really good.
It is one of the most fabulous drinks.
Yeah, it's great. So it's got a little bit of everything in it. Yeah.
You had me at chocolate liqueur.
I know. And when you said Godiva, I'm like, I'm going to the liquor store and buying this.
Yeah. Didn't even
You
know that
had
was
me
a
I
thing.
mean,
booze, man.
It is a couple different ingredients, but if you bought them all, you could use it for, well, depending how much you drink, a little bit of time. But
Right.
I have never, ever, ever had somebody not like it. It is
Really
a drink
good.
that if I'm bartending, I
Yeah.
make it, and hey, try
it's
this.
Really, yeah, it goes over really, really well. So
It sounds like a dessert.
It does.
It is
Yeah.
more of a
Well,
dessert
an
drink.
after dinner drink, like, yeah.
Does it taste like a mudslide? Does it taste anything like that? Like the
I mean,
chocolatey-
it has its similarities just because Kahlua is similar to the other liqueurs that are in it.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, like in a sense, with the chocolate and the Kahlua that's originally in a mudslide, there are some similarities there, and it's just one of those really easy drinking cocktails. You know?
No, Justin,
But the
Jen.
shot of espresso, what'd you
Yeah,
say?
No, go ahead.
Oh, the shot of espresso gives it a good kick. So that's why I love it for after dinner drinks, because you ate, now you have maybe a couple of these martinis. It gives you some energy and it gives you some buzz all at the same time.
Oh, that's beautiful.
The perfect
Who
combination.
doesn't like that?
So I see there's a mixing tin involved. Now, is that, could you just stir it with a straw? Or, because I've never really understood the
Yeah.
actually like a mixing, actually like a cup.
So what I like about mixing this, and no, you definitely do not have to. What I like is with the liqueurs and the cream, it gives a little bit of froth to it. So I love that, and from the mixing standpoint, you 100% don't have you.
Yeah, as long as it's chill, like you can stir it on ice and it'll cool it off. But the benefit of a mixing tin is you shake it, and if you shake it hard enough, you can literally see like it crystallize around the outside of the mixing tin because it's getting that cold.
That's cool.
So,
Okay.
Cool.
So,
All right, well let's
mixing and
move
shaking.
on. Hey, let's move on. So one of the next drinks is what's called a blizzard, which is actually what I'm drinking tonight. I believe Brady's got one of those. Brady's isn't blue. He's
Why
missing
is
one of
yours
the.
yellow?
Mine, I could not find. First of all, I don't even know what blue I couldn't even pronounce
Curacao.
it. I went in and asked him. He's like, I don't know what that is, and I'm like, okay. Do you have anything
He didn't
like
think
it?
you were 21, Brady.
Anything
That's
like
why.
it? And so he's like, yeah, sure. And he hands me this giant bottle of triple sec. So I'm like, all right. I guess it'll work.
So your drink has to take interesting, maybe without the blue carousel.
Blue carousel, it makes drinks pretty. Like that's how I would describe it. I don't even know what kind of taste it has. It just makes drinks pretty.
Doesn't food coloring work too?
It doesn't really have a taste.
This is what's interesting. So what's in the Blizzard?
So the Blizzard is going to be coconut Malibu rum, the blue carousel, and it's going to be pineapple juice. So it's a very simple drink.
But it's obviously it's very tropical. So what made you create a tropical drink and then decide you wanted to call it a Blizzard?
Oh.
Well, opposites attract. So
very smart.
Especially in a bar when you're drinking.
Exactly. Right. So we kind of went for a name that is completely opposite of what the drink is.
Right.
And it's delicious. You ladies did well on that one. All right, let's go to the next one, which is a little more personal. It's apparently called Kim's Screen Share. And if you're a longtime watcher of the show, you know why we might have an alcoholic drink called Kim's Screen Share in hopes that it brings us as much joy as Kim's Screen Share brings us in the show. But Kim, you're drinking that, yes?
I am. I do. I have it right here. My second one, by the way.
Oh, good.
Oh, you actually made it.
Nice.
You'll be sharing all kinds of stuff.
What's the review?
Woo. It's good. I think for me, I might like maybe a little triple sec or something in it, but I think overall it's a wonderful drink. I think definitely could have this in the summertime, something out by the pool. Really good. I did learn something, girls. I didn't know what muddling meant. So actually, I had to look that up. I'm like, okay, what is it when you muddle strawberries and raspberries together? What does that mean? So I looked it up. It's like, oh, okay, I could do that. So you just mash it up, mix it up, and it's very good. I do like the basil in it. I wasn't sure if I'd like that or not, but I do. Again, it's a great drink. I think by a pool. I might want a little sweeter. I don't know if it does is it the simple syrup? Is it not as sweet?
Simple syrup.
Is it not as sweet as?
Yeah, it's sugar water. So like you can add a little bit more of that to the drink if you want it a little sweeter because all it is sugar water.
You basically boil water with sugar in it, and then it becomes sort of like a syrup.
Right.
Okay. All right.
But
yes,
that is one of our.
Good.
And when you're
tell
done,
us what's in that. Jess and Jen, tell us what's in that drink.
Well, when we made it, we had 2 whole strawberries, 2 raspberries, a couple decent sized basil leaves, and simple syrup. And like Kim said, we muddle all that together, just crush it up, get all the flavors going, and then we add about 1.5 ounces of raspberry vodka.
Sometimes people add more.
Yeah.
It just depends on what you like.
Sure.
And then we top it off with Sprite, and then that's about as far as it goes. Yeah.
I'll have an extra large, please.
Right?
Extra muddled. I'll take mine extra muddled, please.
So do you take the basil leaves out though, or do you?
No.
Okay.
So like everything, it's kind of like a mojito almost, only with basil instead of mint. So you're gonna have all those ingredients in the drink with you. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if you can see it or not, but my basil leaves are in there.
Yeah.
It's
It looks good. Wow.
It's very
All
good.
right. Well, let's move on. We've got.
Muddle's a fancy word for smash.
Smash.
We'll just maybe use smash. We'll use that word. Maybe. Okay, let's go to MJ. We have another drink called MJ's Storm Spotter. So MJ is obviously a storm spotter and part of his county's network up in Minnesota. So MJ, you're drinking one, correct? Give us a review.
I am. Here it is right here in a fine martini glass. And I enjoyed it. And actually, I enjoyed it as much or more the first one that I had, because I also am on my second one. But I had it with a meal tonight. And we had a pork chop meal. And because it has apple cider, it went really, really well with that meal. And both my wife and I enjoyed one during that.
Wow.
So really, really good.
Awesome.
So what's in it? So tell us, ladies, what's in the MJ Storm Spotter?
So the Storm Spotter, it's kind of, it's to me a rendition of what's the hot toddy.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
so instead of the bourbon, we're using 1.5 ounces of Captain Morgan's, 2 to 3 ounces of apple cider. That's really based off your liking, and then 1/2 ounce of lemon juice. And then Sprite, you can top it off with a splash of Sprite, which means just a little bit, and that's optional. But like I said, this is a version of hot toddy, and I love it. But we're Captain Morgan.
Right.
I'm Captain
If
Morgan.
you like the spiced rum, you're really going to like this. And it's a good fall drink, too. So
Shouldn't everyone have to salute every time you say Captain Morgan? Seriously.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, I mean, you kind of have to do the dance.
Only you.
All right. So, and what I liked about that is it can be served hot or cold
Or
too.
cold,
Which,
correct.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yes.
I
Yes.
like that.
Absolutely.
Yep.
I think that almost would be really good hot, especially in the fall.
So like a
now.
hot.
Yeah, with
Exactly.
the cider, absolutely. That could go either way.
Yep.
What about room temperature? Does that work?
No,
in
man.
the middle. No,
How
you're always
about
in the
you
middle.
wake up in the morning after drinking a few and you can just drink it off the
Still
counter?
on the nightstand.
All right, let's go to the last one. The last one is called Maz's one-liner, because as we know, Maz is always full of one-liners during the show.
No.
Maz, are you drinking that tonight?
I forgot, which is why I'm in my gym. I'm like, Thursday.
So he's not, but okay. So ladies, tell us what's in the Maz one-liner. Hit us that first.
It's just Captain Morgan and root beer.
There
You
you
know,
go.
like the part Captain Morgan, whatever parts you prefer. Like the more Captain, less root beer. More root beer, less Captain. I would go more Captain, less root beer.
Yeah, that sounds
But-
dangerous.
Depends on your
Yeah.
mood, I think, doesn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
There's something about the spiced rum and the root beer that is really, really good, but it can also be very dangerous. Yes, in a good way.
It is.
Oh my goodness.
It is a very good drink. I've had that.
What haven't you
many
had?
occasions in the
My
past.
stepson
And
drinks it. Yeah.
I will put out there that I think it's best with A&W root beer myself.
Yes.
My stepson.
You have to have A&W.
I agree.
Oh,
Wow.
really?
Classy.
Never had that. That sounds good.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's finish it off. Dina, what are you drinking tonight?
I'm just drinking a vodka cranberry, but I have it in my cool
Nice.
Whoa.
freak stuff. And when it gets
Obviously
cold, you see
cold.
it turns blue.
Blue Curacao.
My kids love those cups.
Yeah. You know what I should have thought, ladies? I should have like put in a request because I have this shirt that says Twin Tornadoes because I'm a mom of twins. I should have had something called Twin Tornadoes. Now I'm kicking myself. Maybe if you think
Well, we can always come up with something for you.
Yeah.
We can think of something for you.
There you go.
Yeah.
There's a personal request. Twin tornadoes.
Twin
Shirt could
Tornadoes.
turn blue.
Game's on.
Yeah.
Game is on. All right, Maz. What are you drinking? Since you're not drinking your
I decided to go to Hawaii. I got a little Kona. It's actually lemongrass luau. I was like, what's in the
Whoa.
fridge? Oh, hey, let me try it. You take first sip, you're like, lemony, very lemony, and then you're like, it's an aftertaste of grass.
Is it from?
So-
Marijuana diet?
Oh my-
Is it a
getting
diet?
high? Are you getting high? Is that grass? What?
not that kind of grass.
I was gonna say,
Not that kind of grass.
Oh.
Beg your pardon.
All right, so Justin, Jen, do this. Tell us a little bit about what you guys do, what your event services, what you guys do there.
so we bartended we met bartending at Bravo about
10 years ago.
10 years ago. So a couple years ago, we decided to open our services up outside to the public to weddings or any kind of special events. So just recently, we've started a small business where we will we will come bartend for you for.
Right. Like if your event serves alcohol, we'll be there. You know, New Year's Eve, birthdays, Halloween. If you just want to have a party and you don't feel like pouring the booze, we'll do it. But like
Kids
recently
parties.
we've been doing weddings,
We're the
things like
adults who
that.
go to the kids'
Graduation parties.
Right. If you're just like,
So-
I don't want to worry about it because everybody's going to get crazy on their own. Like let's put somebody else in charge of it. Then that's what
And
we'll
where are you guys?
Yeah.
Where are you guys out of?
We are out of Cincinnati, Ohio.
Okay.
But I mean,
Yes.
yay! But go Browns!
Oh no!
Shut.
I have my
Mute 'em.
Bengals shirt on.
Just like that.
Bengals have a better record than the Browns. Anyway.
So how far are you guys? How
That's not
far are you
saying
guys
much.
willing to
It's not,
travel?
'cause they're
How
horrible.
far are you guys
We-
willing to go?
Where in Cincy?
Money talks. Money talks. So we will go anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Like, as long as like the expenses, everything's factored in, we love to travel. We'll do anything, and as long
But
as
we also don't upcharge. Like we went to Atlanta for a party a couple months ago, and we just asked that our gas and room be reimbursed.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
we're not trying to make money
definitely
on the
reasonable.
travel.
Definitely
you were in
reasonable,
Atlanta?
yeah.
Gosh.
Man,
Yeah.
I wish I had known.
I know.
Next time we'll let you know.
Yeah, we need to come. Whenever you guys have events around us, you gotta let us know, so we'll sneak in the back door. Have some
Dina needs an excuse
Throw a
for
crazy
drinking.
party, and we'll come host it. Yeah.
Crash the party.
my
Guys, how can they?
my
how
half
can
birthday's
they-
coming up in
Brady, shut up.
December.
Shut up. All right. Justin, get you and get a hold of you or follow you on social media, whatever you'd like to do there.
What did you say? I'm sorry.
How can people get a hold of you or follow you? So if they actually want to
Stop.
consider you guys.
I like the word stalk. We have a Facebook page. It's pretty simple. It's Jess and Jen Event Bartenders, and you can follow us, find out all our information on there, and how to reach us.
Yeah,
Okay.
if you message us in there, we're quick to respond and easy to give out our cell phone numbers, but not so much if
Oh,
you.
you're easy, huh?
Well, I'll put that Facebook link in our show notes as well. So hey, I definitely appreciate you guys coming on, and thanks for the drink recipes.
Thank you, ladies.
guys
Thanks for
are
having
great.
us.
Good
Thanks
job.
for having us on the show.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, you
Yeah, thanks
guys.
for
I
coming,
love this.
ladies.
Yes.
Love the
That was
drink.
fun.
Love the drink.
Thank you.
All right.
And
See you
We'd be
later.
happy to do it again. Thank you
All right. Have a good night. Take care.
guys.
you too.
Good night.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
That was
they're
fun.
awesome.
They were fun.
I like
Oh
that.
yeah.
A lot of fun.
Time to
Freaking
down
easy.
this
Cool.
blizzard.
And if-
Now, if
I
we
know,
were
I'm
we
ready
know
for
it was a good
Blizzard
drink.
number 3.
Yeah.
Hey,
Here's an
Dina,
idea. Let's all talk at the same time.
I know.
I know, that was the
happens.
worst. That is the worst audio right there I think
That
we've ever
was
had. It's like 4 people talking at the same time. It was horrible.
I only
And
heard
Brady,
one
that's why I had to
being
tell you to
silent.
shut up.
I know. Oh, I had such a great.
Thank
I had
you.
such a great joke. I was like, I gotta just say it.
goodness.
Plus the rum's
That was the
flowing.
other
At least it
and-
was Brady. If it was us, we'd be like, no, you shut up. Oh, well.
Oh.
Okay, so let's we'll keep
Move
moving
on.
here.
All right.
We've got MJ. Do you have a way to click them off?
They are. I muted them, so
Okay.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
I sense an
All right.
edit coming here.
No, yeah, we'll edit. Yeah, this I that was part of the script which you don't have. Was that I was gonna just take a quick break to let them go, and then we'll keep going here. Okay, so I'm gonna quick send them a text to say go ahead and end
Just
your call. Okay. All right. All right, you guys ready for the
I can
review
actually
time?
eject
Yeah,
them if you want me
let's
to.
do
All
it.
right, so I'm going to start. I'll start with the first one, which I'm reviewing a radio that I got late from Eton. So I'm going to review it only because they just got it to me and I didn't have time to send it out. But I'll start with that, and then it's Brady, and then it's Dina, and then it's Kim, and then MJ, and then Maz, and then back to me, and then Dina again, and then back to me, and then we got Dan Wallace coming on from
how many products you have?
ProShop.com.
Gosh.
It's,
I know.
you'll hear it's some kid stuff that we got some kid stuff. I'll explain it when we
I
get
only
there.
got
but
one.
Cool.
I know. Well, hey, you want to help me call all these people and follow up with all these damn emails and all that kind of stuff?
One's good,
You are
one's
more
good.
than welcome to
One.
do that.
Well,
All right.
I'm cranking this. I gotta get power.
All right, good job. Okay, so we'll get going on our product review.
All right. Here we
All
go.
right, so hey, everybody, get your notepads or your wish lists out, unless you happen to be driving. Don't worry about it. it's time to share some amazing weather products and toys just in time for the holiday shopping season. And the first thing I'm going to start with, I actually have to go to get.
Where'd he go?
I don't know. He's gone.
Tell a joke, guys.
Weird.
He left us.
All right, tell your joke now, Brady.
Yeah.
Okay. Did I just disappear?
Oh, never mind.
Oh, there, you're back.
Did you lose me?
Quiet, Brady, quiet.
Okay, so here we go. All right, so everybody get your notepads and your wish lists out unless you happen to be driving. It is time to share some amazing weather products and toys just in time for the holiday season. I'm going to start off with a great weather radio. We got a couple weather radios to show you from Eton, or I believe that's how it's pronounced, Eton. This is their FRX3 Plus. It's a multi-powered weather alert radio. And what's great about this is it can be charged. It's kind of handheld. So if you happen to be watching the show, you can see this. Feel free to jump online and check it out. But it's handheld. It's actually got an American Red Cross partnership associated with it. But one of the ways you can charge it is not only solar powered, but it is hand cranked as well, like another one that Brady's going to cover with you. And with the hand crank, 1 minute of cranking is going to give it 15 to 20 minutes of music, weather, and news. Okay, whatever you kind of happen to be listening to. But let me go through some of the features here. It's got AM and FM digital radio, which let me share this with you here a little bit.
Local
See
station.
all right, so there's a little AM radio, a little FM radio for you, and then of course it's got all the weather bands. So you can get in the weather bands. It's got all 7 NOAA and Environment Canada weather band radio broadcasts. It has an alert function. So whatever local station you happen to be picking up, you can set it for alert. So if that local station sends an alert, it'll actually alert your radio as well. I will say this, it doesn't have, have you guys heard of that same technology?
Yep, absolutely.
Yes.
So I had to look it up. It stands for Specific Area Message Encoding, which really helps to specify you can program some weather radios for your more specific area. So it only alerts you when there's, like a warning or watch or whatever that's actually in your area, not your entire county or your entire viewing or listening. I shouldn't say viewing, but listening area. This does not have that.
Oh.
So if I have one downside to this, maybe would be that. But this is more of a portable, you're taking it with you radio, not something you probably plug in at your home. You can charge your smartphone with it. I mentioned it has the hand turbine and solar power charging options. It's got an LED flashlight. It's got an LED flashing red beacon for an emergency. You can plug it into the outlet as well if you want to charge it that way or keep it charged. It does have an auxiliary input, so you can play music from an MP3 player or your phone or something of that nature. It has a headphone output, glow-in-the-dark indicator, backlit display, and alarm clock.
Nice.
All on this. So it's
nice.
Plastic. It's
Cool.
plastic, but it is pretty sturdy. I do kind of like it. The volume buttons and the tuning buttons, if you happen to see this, they're protected by the outside casing. So that, again, it's a little more rugged, so you're not going to knock the plastic tuning button off the radio. So anyway, I do like that. Just to let you know where you can get it. You can get it directly at etoncorp.com, which is etoncorp.com. The retail price is $69.99 with free shipping. But I did find it. You can find it cheaper at Zorro.com. Zoro. I found it for $57.80 with free shipping on that as well. And this happens to be one of the products that if you don't, you better be following us on Twitter at Stormfront Freak. That's our Twitter account. This is one of the products that we will be giving away shortly on our Twitter feed.
That sounds great for campers because there's a lot of campers that get stuck in floods.
Yeah.
They're out there. They don't have any weather radio or any.
Yep.
And that's nice. You could just crank it and charge your phone too in an emergency. You got a flashlight, everything.
And it's not a party speaker. I mean, it's the speaker is pretty small. You're not gonna. It's not like a blaring boombox, but it's certainly great for the outdoors. It's very portable. It's very chargeable. Your phone. How many times are you out somewhere where you don't have access to an outlet and your phone's dying and you need a way to charge it? Well, you just crank more power out of this thing if you want to charge your phone. It's kind of cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so let's do this. Let's jump to Brady because he kind of has the next evolution of that same product. Go ahead, Brady.
I do, yeah. So Phil, this is the Eton FRX 5 BT model. And I guess the first of all, I'd want to demonstrate the speakers because Phil, I don't think you truly understand the power of these speakers. Ready? Yeah!
Go Brady.
All right.
That's why yours is the upgrade. That's why yours is the upgrade.
Mine's the upgrade, yeah. So basically, this is the upgrade of the last model, of Phil's model that we were basically talking about. So Phil, you said your model was around 60. I found this model on Amazon for $79.99, and I believe on the Eton website it's similar pricing as well. But I guess the features, it looks pretty much the same with the volume and tuning buttons protected. Once again, you have the hand crank on the front of it. And I believe you can crank this. If you turn the crank for 4 minutes, you can have 10 to 15 minutes of radio playback and 1 minute of talk for your phone. So not only can this play music, it can also listen to AM, FM stations. It gets the same radio alerts that Phil was talking about. It gets the same weather alerts that Phil was talking about that alerts it for you when you're not only in the polygon, but also near the tornado. So I guess another feature that really differentiates this between the last model is the Bluetooth. The last model did not have Bluetooth. This model does have Bluetooth, which means you can use this as a speaker. I mean, last night I literally fell asleep. I had this thing, on my bed or above my bed, and I just literally fell asleep to some soundtracks playing. So it's a multifaceted device here, and you can see there's four different ports here. There's an aux port. There's a headphones port, so you actually plug your headphones into it. There's a USB port, and then there's a DC port to charge it. Nice. And you can also put in batteries in the back too. So, if you're in a situation where you don't have an outlet, and I guess the hand crank, you can do that. But if you have batteries, you can do that as well. And then if you see this flat back, this black part on the back, if you put that in the sun face up, it actually can charge using solar power as well.
Wow.
So it's got a lot of really cool features, that LED flashlight, just like Phil's had. But if you're looking for an upgrade with Bluetooth and a couple of different features, get the FRX 5 BT from Eton.
And
it
it's
sounds
so
like
loud.
a speaker upgrade.
Let me just say everything's better with Bluetooth.
Oh yeah.
Because how much is that one? Do we know?
Yeah, this one was $7 on Amazon. The price actually it was $99.99, and they just dropped it down to $74.99. 50%. You get it from Amazon, and you can also get it from their website as well. I think the price is similar there. I just couldn't find it in the time we had. So
good. Well, and that's also, just so our listeners know, that's also one of the products we will be giving away. So put that on your Christmas wish list. But maybe we'll grant your wish, I guess, if you happen to win it from us. Again, just keep an eye on our Twitter account. All right, Dina, let's jump to you and start with your Scientific Explorer Alex Brand's Wacky Weird Weather Kit.
Yes. Okay. So I had two helpers here, and actually even one of the neighbor kids came over. If you could see it through there, it's the Wacky Weather Kit, and it had a bunch of things you could do. It had like one of those volcanoes that you put certain bags of chemicals that they provide, and it kind of overflows. It had like a kind of a oil and water mixture the kids had. You guys can hold that.
All over the carpet?
Yeah, well, hopefully we were in the kitchen when we did this. Okay. They had kind of a thing with a balloon that showed rising and sinking air. And then they actually, where's that snow? They actually made snow. So
Aw.
yeah, we won't get it all over my laptop, but
Yeah.
I had great little.
Demonstration. Show us it
Yeah.
falling.
No,
It's like real.
well, it kind of it's a little rubbery. It's kind of weird. He says it's like it does feel like mashed potatoes. So
Can you make a snowball with it?
yes, you can. It's like and then they say you could put it in the refrigerator or the freezer and it'll get cold and you can take it out again.
Does it hurt if you get hit by it?
I mean, it might, but it actually, when it was cold, it almost reminded me of like an ice pack that you put on. That kind of that one actually overnight. Yeah, when we froze it. So I had 2 good scientific helpers. I think we did pretty good with it. I liked it overall. We did one with a balloon that I think we messed around with it too much and kind of popped a hole in it. So our experiment kind of failed a little bit there. And I think the volcano took us 2 tries. I liked a lot of this overall. I think it's good for kids. My kids are 10. The only thing I was going to say is when I was reading the little book with all the experiments, they give you little fun facts. You know that one. The only thing and this is just me being a Met, cold fronts move east to west. Maybe if it's a backdoor cold front.
Yes.
I think they kind of messed up a little bit there, but otherwise it was really good. And I do like, they'll give you the instructions on how to do them. And here's my one favorite thing too, is that they give you enough to do the experiments more than once.
Oh, cool.
So it's not like boom, you're done, and then you just spent the money. So
hey, Dina, since you have Siskel and Ebert behind you, can you have them give thumbs up or thumbs down for the product?
Do you guys want thumbs up or thumbs down for this?
Was it fun? Did you learn something?
We got thumbs up.
2 thumbs up. Good.
There
you go.
Because which one was your favorite, you guys?
I like the snow.
The snow one?
I like this.
This oil and water one? Yeah, we can keep that. That looks kind of cool, doesn't it? It's a blue oil and water thing so they can kind of see.
Just don't spill it.
I know, right over the laptop.
Spill it. Oh, God.
No. Where every day is a snow day.
But it was fun. Like, it's fun. It's an engaging thing you could do with your kids. So we had fun.
Do did you happen to have a chance to find where you can find that and how much it's selling for?
No, I didn't. I'm going to have to Google it. I'm sorry, guys. I should have checked.
I just did a quick lookup, and actually it looked like $9 and change on Amazon.
That's it? Oh, it's way worth it then.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's so that's from the name of it's the Scientific Explorer Wacky Weird Weather Kit.
Yep.
And
it's super cute.
Scientific Explorer is a part of Alex Brands. So you could actually go to alexbrands.com as well and find a lot of these neat learning kits for kids and things of that nature too.
And every 4th grade teacher should have one.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I think it's good. The kids enjoyed it and we enjoyed doing it together. So
good. Well, cool. All right, let's do this. Let's jump to Kim, who has a GPX weather radio and flashlight, I believe.
I do. And this is the WR182R weather radio and flashlight. And I'm going to show you it and talk about it. What you probably notice if you are watching right now, but if you're not, it is small. It is very lightweight, which is really nice. And I would say this is something
small, like how big? So for our listeners, give us an idea.
Okay, yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good thing. Maybe about 3 or 4 inches long, and maybe about 2-3 inches high.
Fits in the palm of your hand.
It fits in the palm of your hand, which is wonderful. And if you don't have a lot of room, let's say in your storm shelter, I mean, this is a good thing to have. It's not fancy by any means. It's very easy to use. It's not complicated. It comes with a flashlight. Let me see if I can turn that on. Just like that. If you turn the flashlight on, it's LED
Kim just
light.
flashed
Okay, now I can't see what I'm doing.
She had 2 drinks.
Two drinks. Oh my goodness! And it's got the little crank, and 6 revolutions, I believe, gives you like 5 to 8 minutes if your batteries are out. So it takes a couple little couple AA's batteries in there. And of course, got the antenna that goes with it, and you can turn on your weather band or your AM/FM. And let me see if I can.
That's better than Hoover Dam. That's pretty.
Yeah, it's if I can get
and it
this
fits
working.
in the palm of your hand.
Yeah, that's there we go. Okay, let me see if I can find a. Do I have it on? Okay, there we go. Sorry. Okay.
We're gonna call the next drink Kim's product
Like
review.
Because I can't see.
Over, damn.
Okay. Anyway, so you can find your. Oh, there. I think I got an FM radio or something.
That's
But it's a
something.
AM FM radio and also weather band. You can get your local weather on here as well, and the volume goes pretty high. Nothing fancy like Brady had or anything by any means. And I found it on the GPX website, and it's like $19. So it's pretty cheap, and again, it's very easy to use, inexpensive little gift, I think, for people. Let's see if I can turn this off. Okay.
I was like, wait, I literally thought that was my radio. I'm like, wait,
Give you $1 if you turn it off.
It's snowing here. The one thing I found that I wasn't sure about was that it came with an adapter for a phone, because you can charge your phone, but only by the batteries, if it's using the batteries. But I think it's for an Android. It says it's for an iPhone, but it's not, and it comes with a little adapter for, it looks like an Android phone. But so I couldn't test that out because I don't have an Android.
Okay.
So that was the only problem I had with it. And it looks like also it comes with oh shoot, I'm like one blank on this thing here, guys.
USB
port, but it doesn't fit in anything. So I'm thinking it's for an Android. It's not for my laptop or anything. It doesn't fit anything. So I don't know.
Okay.
So that was the only problem I had with it. But
We'll chalk that up for Kim's screen share.
Yeah, so
That's right.
that's right. But I think it's a cheap, not a cheap gift, but one that's not as fancy as the other ones, but just something that, comes in handy if you need it.
More inexpensive, and that's a pretty popular one now. Are those handhelds that can be cranked? Because again, it's nice. It's good to keep in your basement or in your emergency or your car.
Right.
Because for less than $20, that's not bad.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Keep one in your car. Absolutely.
All right, so that's the GPX WR182R weather radio and flashlight. That's also one that we will be giving away. So stay tuned on our social media sites. All right, MJ, let's jump to you. What do you got?
I've got the Sangean CL100 tabletop hazard alert radio. And because it's a tabletop and it uses, it has to be plugged in, and it's got other things plugged in. It uses power. Thank you. I can't hold it up, but I think I can in a moment give you a screen share for those that are watching, so that they can see it. And here we go. And there's a whole bunch of pictures of it there. It's just some different shots of it.
Wow.
It is a very cool radio. It is, again, suitable for a desktop. It's a great thing to put on your nightstand so that you can get alerts at night. I mean, if you're, especially if you're in an area that gets a lot of severe weather, this would be an excellent thing to keep on your nightstand, or a desk at work, or a desk, at home, or whatever. I have mine on a desk actually here in my office. It has all the bells and whistles, all the weather radio, all the alerts. It has lights on it that light up for different colors, whether it's a warning, a watch, or an advisory. Nice. It has, of course, AM and FM radio as well. It has RBDS technology, which is that some of you in your cars, you have the radio that it tells you what's playing, that kind of a thing. Who the artist is in the song and the, things like that. But also it has news scrolls, and then it will scroll the weather alert by on the screen when a weather alert comes in. So not only will it, audio of it, it will also scroll that by on the screen, which is a cool technology. This does have the same technology, which allows you then to input the county that you're in, or if you want surrounding counties. And I'll stop that now. And what that then does is, if an alert comes out and it's only for your county or one of those that you have programmed in, you'll hear it. If you don't do that, or your product doesn't have that, you will get everything that's issued by that National Weather Service office that runs that. So this would be one of those things, especially if you're on the eastern edge. And that's, in fact, I am kind of on the eastern edge of the Weather Service office. You'll start getting alerts when it hits a long ways away. on the western side, you know, as the storm progresses, typically. See, I learned that west to east thing.
Not yet.
Except in Australia.
We're correct. But you'll get all those alerts. So having that same technology is really kind of handy because it lets you just pick. And you can put into up to 25 counties in here. So,
that's awesome.
It's a very handy. It does have battery backup. So if the power goes out, you'll still get your alerts. And what else did it have? It also has antenna inputs. Plus it has headphones. You can plug your headphones in. It has an aux port, so you can plug your, iPod or iPhone, Android phone into it and play through the speakers. They're not great speakers, so this isn't great CD quality sound, but it's okay. It also, though, has antenna inputs, and I want to talk about that for just a second, because if you're not in a metro area, if you're outside and you're in a rural area, I did find, and I'm quite a ways away from a metro area. I'm 60 miles north of a metro area, and the reception inside was not great. It worked, but it wasn't great. So I plugged in a coax cable from my antenna. I have an antenna for television over-the-air signals. I plugged that into it, and it's fabulous.
Wow.
It
Wow.
really
Good.
does well. So again, I think it's a great radio. It does. There's a few things when you have to program a few things into it that you may need to read the manual for, but otherwise, I was really impressed with it. So I found it, and Sangean does not sell it on their website directly, but I found it on Amazon for $56.30.
Wow.
And it's $56.44 at Walmart. So you've got some options for getting it. So it's really inexpensive too for a really good radio.
Good.
Sweet.
There you go.
All right. Well, Maz, let's jump to you because I think you've got another Sangean product.
I do, but I don't have the one. If you plug in the antenna, you can pick up weather in Guam, like MJ does. So, this is
Great one-liner, Maz. Love the one-liner.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Rich. Hey, so this is another Sangean, and this is the public alert. And I actually took this with me, kind of semi-camping last weekend, and love it. I mean, it's really good.
How do you semi-camp?
Well, there were cabins. So.
Okay.
All right, gotcha.
Damn, brother,
That's not camping at all.
It's glamping, right?
It was semi. Okay, it's not staying in your house.
There was no
It
mint
had
on
a
my
big
pillow.
satellite TV
Yeah.
and everything.
What the heck? No mint.
Yeah.
Sleep in a sleeping bag. You weren't camping.
I'm not going to go then. No. All right. I love this. No. So this is actually really good. It fits in the palm of your hand. And I love that it's got the yellow color, and it also has the durable stuff on the outside. So if you happen to drop it, which does happen from the top bunk, by the way, you're not going to break it. And that's kind of handy compared to the boom box that Brady has, of course.
Huh?
Nothing. So, hey, I love this. It's got the solar cell on the top. All right. It's got 19 preset channels, AM, FM. It's got the weather stations. You've got your auxiliary. You've got your USB, your headphones. You can charge your phone just like the other ones do as well. It's got the hand crank on the back, which is awesome. And I like the fact that it's got an excellent flashlight on it, the LEDs, but it has multiple settings. So it's got a dimmer setting. It also has like a flasher, so it'll automatically flash.
Maz is a flasher.
Whoa,
That's right.
Flashing alert.
You know that was coming.
Not
A
the first
disco
time.
setting. A disco setting.
Disco set. That's the next one. Let's see if you can figure this out. What's it saying?
Yeah,
geez.
that's
I go
great radio.
SOS. I'm going
SOS.
SOS.
I knew MJ
no.
would get that.
I don't even know how to turn the flashlight on mine. Hold on. So I've been trying to do that for the past 10 minutes. And I can't
So
figure
it's
out how to
really
do it.
good. Fits in the palm of your hand. It's excellent. Charges quickly. The only drawback, and probably for most products, I think, is the rechargeable battery. I would probably spend an extra like $7 to $10 and get a little bit stronger rechargeable battery that lasts longer.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I mean, it's perfect for emergencies. It's got it all. The power, I love the backlight. It's got the clock on it. So I love the fact that I'm able to, do all the stuff that I want to do with this thing. And it's great. And the volume's pretty good. Not as loud as Brady's, but Very cool. I love the products. I will tell you one thing. I have seen some out there, and this is a step down from what MJ had, but I have seen some out there that also have shortwave on there. And for those end of timers, the world's coming to an end.
Whoa!
Not a bad, you know what I'm saying? You can monitor stuff. That's probably the only thing I would add to this. But really, it's pretty awesome, and it's lightweight. And it's durable. I like it.
That's
I give it a 9.
What? How about price? Where can you find it? How much?
So I've been seeing it right around $62. I think I saw it a little bit cheaper on Amazon. I'm trying to remember what the price was there, but I know the website does it for 62. I think I saw it for like 55 somewhere. But again, it's the Sangean and it's the public alert. Looks like that. And so you can probably just shop around and check it out.
So for our listeners, that's the Sangean MMR 88.
Yes.
MMR 88 emergency alert radio.
That's correct.
That can communicate with aliens too.
And
all right, so let me. So I'm going to cover another kids product. So this is again through Alex Brands. One of the companies that Alex Brands owns is Ideal, IDEAL, right? So one of the things that they have are called these Snow Buddies. Okay.
Oh gosh.
Now this happens to be the Snow Buddy Yeti. But they also have a Snow Buddy Penguin and a Snow Buddy Snowman. But all these are, you guys go to the beach and you play with sand castles, you pack the sand and all that kind of stuff. Well, basically, this is the same concept, only with snow. It's the front and the back side of a Yeti. And when it snows outside, you pack the sucker with snow and you make an army of Yetis.
How cute.
Oh my gosh.
Do it for a snowman face, though.
Yeah. So anyway, so this is pretty cool. It's the Ideal Snow Buddy Yeti. Now, you actually can't get it on Alex Brand's website, but I did find it. The MSRP is $12.99, but I did see it on Amazon.com for $11.99 plus shipping. Oh, I take that back. Scratch that. You can get it on AlexBrands.com for $14.99, but I saw it at Target.com for $6.99 with free shipping.
Look at that.
Nice.
A couple great kids gifts.
$7
$10
free shipping. Yep. And you can get on Alex Brands, you can get the Penguin or the Snowman too if you want that. The other thing I'm going to quick share is similar to what Dina's kids had, which is through Scientific Explorer, which is an Alex Brands company. This is their Instaglow Snow. So basically all it is you get a pack, and Dina, you probably remember this with the kids. You get a pack of really extremely fine grain.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Stuff. And all you do is you add a little teaspoon of water, and next thing you know, you get all this fluffy stuff that it feels rubbery, like you said.
Yeah.
The difference with this is it glows. It glows in the dark. So when you turn the lights off, it glows in the dark, but it comes with a neat little container that you can keep it in, so it keeps it moist. You can always add water if it dries up, so it can be used over and over again. My kids use it like the kinetic sand. If you guys are familiar with that sand, you know, that stays together and doesn't get necessarily all over the place. It's like that. It's really fun. Neat little container. This is what you cannot get anymore on AlexBrands.com, but I did find the Scientific Explorer Instaglow Snow on Amazon.com for $11.99.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah. So, all right, let's do this. Dina, I think you've got a GPX weather radio of some sort, right?
Yeah, it's the WeatherX. They're calling it the WeatherX Weather Band FM flashlight and lantern. I kept the box. This is kind of nice because you've got like a lantern. See, you got flashed. You've got
Dina flash.
Whoa. Too.
Whoa!
Everybody's
One person
flashing.
does it, I gotta do it. And it's got the flashlight. But it's got the weather band radio. It's got the FM radio. You can kind of. There you go. But the one thing I like about this the best is that when you're looking at it, it's got the power, like the electrical thing pops out. So what I like about this is I plug it in the kitchen, and it does say that it will turn on during a power outage. So it charges, and when you plug it in and just leave it, it's nice because nobody's looking for it.
Yeah.
Right.
Who took the flashlight and the batteries are dead?
Right.
So I kind of like this. I did find it on Academy Sports and Outdoors. It was $24.99. I don't know. I guess that's okay. I was a little surprised about the price, but I do like it. And I do leave it plugged in all the time. And it was nice because I grabbed something the other day to go down in the basement, and I knew it was charged and I knew where it was. And
Yeah,
I haven't really tested the weather band radio much, but I have heard the radio, so it works.
Cool.
Yeah.
And how much did you say? Where? How much? And where?
I found it for $24.99 at Academy Sports and Outdoors.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So I've got two more kids products that I've gotten, and one of them was kind of the product that I wanted to keep for myself. You guys got all those cool fancy weather radios. And this is what I got, which is a tornado maker.
Oh, cute.
Okay, so you turn this thing on and it develops a little cyclone. You may or may not be able to see that, but this is called the Scientific Explorer. So it's that same brand by Alex Brands. It's called the Tornado Maker Kit, and all you do is it pulls right out of the package, and you fill it with water. And what it has is it has a controller on the bottom for speed. So it's like if you've ever been in a chemistry class, right? And the little spinner you have at the bottom, I forget what those are called, but you're mixing things, right? That's all it is it's got a little mixer at the bottom. It creates a funnel, but the packaging is this cool farm community with a cloud on top, tornado. And the speeds are EF1, EF2, EF3, EF4, or EF5.
Nice.
Oh, that's so cute.
And it does come with a sound. Let me play the sound for you. It's kind of scary. Maybe not. I have to turn it on. All right, so my kids have nightmares at night now after that. But
Oh my gosh.
what I like about this personally is it just creates a cool little desktop display piece with a little make yourself a little tornado. The other thing it comes with, like Dina, your weather kit,
Yes.
is it does come with a book in both English and Spanish about tornadoes and Tornado Alley.
Oh, cool.
And how tornadoes are created and the kind of weather it takes to create tornadoes and the wind speeds of the different
good.
It's really just kind of a cool little educational piece as well.
Show the kid's picture again. He must have hit it like EF5 or something on there.
The picture on the front was definitely a kid in EF5.
He seems very scared.
I like that tornado thing. It'd look good on your desk as a Met,
That's what I like.
Yeah.
So that's the Scientific Explorer Tornado Maker Kit. You can get it at alexbrands.com for $29.99 plus shipping. However, I did see it at target.com for $18.99.
Wow. Target's really
free
got
shipping.
everything.
Yeah.
Oh.
Free shipping. And then the last piece I'm going to share with you guys.
Ooh, we got more. And there's more.
I got one more too.
What is it? American Red Cross pouch of water?
No, they did send me something, but we'll get to that.
So this is one of the last things Alex Brands sent us. One of their brands is Backyard Safari. Okay, and so the Backyard Safari has a number of different unique toys and stuff like that for kids. This is called the Backyard Safari Mobile Storm Chasing Pod. And so this is cool. It's got a compass. It also has a little portable, it's an anemometer.
Oh, how cute is that?
You pull up the sides. And it literally has a little digital readout on there of wind speeds.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So it can take this out and measure wind speeds. It measures temperature, so you can check the temperature. It will also, if I'm correct, it'll help calculate. No, that's all it does. I thought it was calculating something else, but it does temperature and wind
calculus.
Speed.
Yeah.
It does that. It has a cup at the bottom, so you can measure. It's a rain gauge.
Wow.
There's a little rain gauge at the bottom of this thing, which is cool as well. So cute.
How heavy is it, Bill? How heavy is it? Like, would it get blown over?
It's like in your hand. No, it's pretty heavy because of the batteries. I think primarily because of the batteries you put in. It's battery powered. but it obviously fits in the palm of your hand, even for a kid. But it's just a great little tool to get a kid excited about measuring weather.
Absolutely.
That is
And
neat.
again, comes with a little pocket guide inside about hail sizes. It even pops up, so it's kind of a little
man.
pop up.
That's cool.
If you can see that well, as far as rainbows and rain, and it's a checklist, so a kid can check off: have I seen this? Have I seen this? Different types of weather phenomenon.
Yeah.
And there's a patch. So they have a little storm chaser patch. It comes
Oh my gosh.
that they can put that on their jacket
All
when
right,
they're
how
all
much
done.
is it? I got to get 2 of
to
those.
accomplish the checklist. So this is the Backyard Explorer Storm Chaser Mobile Weather Pod. You can get it at alexbrands.com for $34.99. However, I just saw it today on Amazon.com for $19.
How fast does the anemometer go?
Haven't tested that much. I wasn't down
Hurricane force winds,
in.
man.
I wasn't down in the hurricane.
All right.
Belt to strap you down.
Well, Phil, I'll wrap us up here. This product.
Hurry up, because we got Dan
All right,
waiting
I'll be
for
real
us.
quick.
we got
Real
Dan,
quick.
too.
So the Red Cross was super kind, and they actually did. They sent me. It's their new prototype.
Oh, come on.
Red Cross bag of water. This is their deluxe ultra
of water.
size. And
It's not even red.
been more thirsty, and actually want to see the water they're drinking before they drink it. I think that was the biggest
It's
flaw.
That's the Gray Cross. That's the
package, so.
underground version of the
Yes.
American Red
Yeah,
Cross.
I'll,
is the
I'll
Gray
give it a
Cross.
taste, and then I can talk about it later how it tastes.
And they use
like
Kroger
Columbus.
brand
Still
baggies,
alive.
sandwich
Yeah.
baggies.
Oh, Jesus. Here he goes.
Oh.
Tastes like
He
Columbus.
did it all over
He
himself.
can't, oh, he can't hold his liquor.
Yeah,
All right.
We're done. We're done. I'm putting it in a bowl.
I think it's one of those jokes where it was funny the first time.
Yeah, I guess if they were to reinvent the product, maybe they could invent like a funnel or something that could drink it out of. That might help.
It's a fun.
I feel another edit.
All right, well let's do this. So those obviously some great products, and we're going to be giving a ton of those away. So make sure you're following us on Twitter. But I'm excited to bring a guest on with us right now as well as we finish up our review and we wrap this up. I want to bring in a longtime partner of the Stormfront Freaks podcast, owner of WeatherProShop.com, Dan Wallace. Dan, thanks for joining us tonight.
Hey, Dan.
Hey, thanks, Dan.
Welcome,
Yo,
Dan.
Dano.
Thanks for having me.
Sure.
Awesome.
Good to
Well,
be
tell
here.
you what, we appreciate your history of supporting the show, and our regular listeners are probably familiar with WeatherProShop.com, but tell us a little bit about your personal inspiration for starting that in the first place.
Well, I'm a Skywarn spotter, and having spotted, I was looking for certain products, quick reference guides, and notepads that I could jot my reports down with, and didn't find anything online. So I decided to make my own products, and thought if I liked it, maybe someone else would too.
Sweet. Well, why don't you do this? Give us an idea what kind of products you have available, what you've developed.
Well, one of the first products we came out with was the hail size quick reference guide. So you could just simply place the hailstone over the quick reference guide and
That's
Oh,
cool.
yeah.
measure it quickly. You don't have to fumble with the measuring tape or what have you.
And those are all laminated, right?
Yeah, they're laminated.
Yep. Sweet.
The teacup size hail always throws me off.
I know. And hen egg. Don't forget hen egg.
That's right.
Yeah, and silver dollar. I mean, not a lot of people have silver dollars around
That's
anymore.
true.
Yeah.
That's true. Or even penny. Right.
I know.
Yeah.
What else? What other kinds of things are you putting on your website?
Well, we've got the National Weather Service Weather Forecast Office directory. So I know a lot of free-range spotters or chasers end up crossing over county warning area boundaries and need to maybe have a phone number for another weather service office. So we've got that as well.
What happened to the other half of the United States?
Good question.
Oh,
it's on the
okay,
other
there it
side.
is.
Yeah, I love that,
All right.
Dan. That's one of the.
That is
Plus
neat. I
more.
want that right at my desk.
That's very useful.
Yeah.
Cool.
Reference.
And then we're doing some dual polarization stuff as
that's
well.
great.
So you've got
Neat.
tornado debris and then a little bit of help with some hail identification as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Dan, any future products you could tell us about? You guys coming around with? Maybe you're working in the works.
Well, we've got the dual polarization we just released not too long ago, and but we're working on some more radar stuff to help newbies and weather enthusiasts learn a little bit more how to read the radar better.
Okay.
Good.
Right.
Yeah, I love the educational stuff you got, and I love that all that stuff is laminated. So as a spotter or a chaser, you can take that with you in your car, throw it in your glove compartment.
Yep. It's not going to rip or tear or anything like that.
I mean, it's some sweet stuff. And the other thing I like too, Dan, is you've got some great gear, clothing, and very high quality shirts and hats. Are you guys still doing that?
Yeah, we're still doing the Skywarn shirts and hats. We also do custom apparel. If you've got a chase team or a group that needs, your own logo on there, we can do that as well.
Oh, that's cool.
That's
Awesome.
good.
Yeah.
I'll have to pass that one
I mean,
along.
there's not a lot of companies that do that, and I feel like the weather apparel industry, in general, is a very young industry that many people haven't explored.
And cat calendars, right?
Cat weather calendars. Let's keep it
Cat
on
weather.
theme here.
Well, I know Chris Sanders is going to be doing. We're going to be playing his review of your dual polarization training deck. I know he was really impressed with that because he's also big into education, and educating spotters and chasers and things of that nature. So we'll play that. But how can they find you? How can they find your products?
Well, you can visit our website, weatherproshop.com. We're also on social media. Just search for WX Pro Shop, and we're out there.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And,
Cool.
and you guys, I guess you guys were the ones as well, and your spotter team, North Texas Storm Spotters, you guys helped put on that Wakita event for Bill Paxton, correct?
Yeah, I'd like to mention we had a great turnout at the Bill Paxton Memorial event in Wakita. It was organized in large part by the North Texas Storm Spotters. We were joined out there by our partners with Mezzomount Designs, and I'd really like to thank Linda Wade with the Twister Movie Museum for taking really good care of us, and the whole town. They were very kind and generous.
Aww.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Yeah, that looked like a great event. I was sad I missed that, but I appreciated some of the drone footage that you had, Dan, and that looked like a lot of fun, and even got some news coverage. Where was the station out of that was covering that?
I think channel. I'm going to get this wrong.
Where were they out of? Do you remember where they were out of?
Oklahoma City.
It was Oklahoma City. Okay. Yeah, I saw that too. So it was helpful to see that. So hey, tell you what, here's what we're gonna do. We're still gonna do our lightning round. So it's time for our lightning round. So as most of you know, our spectacular round of fun questions with our co-hosts and our guests. So here's what we're doing. We're playing a little holiday family feud tonight.
Ooh.
So everybody's gonna be in on this little holiday family feud as long as I can find my list.
Man, it should have been laminated, Phil.
Uh-oh.
I could just make up jokes and look
Lean to
them
the
up.
left.
There it is. All right, it is
To the right.
my product reviews. I'm back. All right, so
Okay.
here's what we're doing. I'm going to split you guys up into a family. So I'm going to go Brady, Dan, and Dina. Right, you're one family, and I'm
All
going
right.
Kim, Maz, and MJ. Kim, Maz, and MJ. You're the other
Okay.
family. So if you guys know Family
Okay.
Feud, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pose the question, and I'm going to let Dan's team go first because we don't have an opportunity for buzzers. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. The top 10 answers are on the board. According to Entertainment Tonight, name the top 10 favorite Christmas TV specials.
Oh,
Top 10 favorite Christmas
I got
TV
one.
specials. So Dan, I'm going to let Dan go first in his team. So Dan, you go first, and then whoever wins gets control. So Dan, top 10 favorite Christmas TV specials. What do you think might be the highest?
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is on the board at number 2.
woo.
So I'm gonna turn it over to Maz's team. Maz, if you can get the number 1, you can take control.
What do you think, folks?
Charlie Brown Christmas.
That's what I'd go with.
Charlie Brown Christmas is number 1, so you guys have control of the board. So again,
Nice.
if you can answer them all before you get 3 strikes, you win. But if if you get 3 strikes, it goes to Dan's team, and if they can steal it if they get one of the top 10 that are still on the board. Okay.
Okay.
So we have 3 through 10 still on the board. We're gonna go with Kim.
How about the Grinch?
Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas, number 4. Great job.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. MJ, you're up next. We got 1, 2, and 4 on the board.
Yep, Santa Claus is coming to town.
That is number 3. That is number 3.
Right.
So the top 4 are on the board. Maz, back to you.
Let's go old school. It's a Wonderful Life.
That is not on the board. First strike.
Oh,
Ouch. And I'm going to have you think maybe more children.
Oh, okay, fine.
Maybe more children's shows. Now, not that that's not, but that was not on the board.
You didn't
All
say
right, so
that.
Kim,
A Year Without Santa.
that's your second buzz. That A Year Without Santa is not on the list.
Wow.
But I agree. That is a good one. That's a classic one.
The Heat Miser.
All right, MJ. MJ, you have. Oh, what was? I'm sorry. What did you say it was?
Is it The Year Without Santa? Isn't that?
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Year Without Santa Claus. That is number 7. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Wait,
Nice
hold on,
try.
judges. Yep, judges give you number 7.
Oh,
Where's my wallet?
So just one strike. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 7 on the board with one strike. 5, 6, 8, 9, and 10 still on the board. MJ.
Frosty the Snowman.
Frosty the Snowman, number 5. Number 5.
Right.
how
Very
many do
good,
we have
Maz.
left?
I got this one.
There's 6, 8, 9, and 10 still on the board.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Maz.
I got it. It's Elf. Buddy the Elf, what's your favorite color?
That's your second strike. That was not on the.
Elf wasn't on there. Wow.
Maz has got both your strikes so far. Kim,
Little Drummer Boy.
Little Drummer Boy, number 8.
Yes.
Very good. So 6, 9, and 10 still left. They're getting tough. MJ.
I'm in trouble, but I got to go with one that should be there, but because it's not a kid's thing, so it might not be. How about Christmas Vacation?
Third strike, unfortunately. Not on there. Third strike. All right. So
I have one
Dan,
and 2.
you and your team, you guys could talk about it. Number
Okay.
6, number 9, and number 10 are still on the board. They are kind of difficult. I'll give you a hint. Again, they're more kids related. What you guys figure out what your answer is going to be.
Phil, what are the teams
Can-
again?
Christmas Story.
You,
You got-
it's Brady, Dan, and Dina.
Okay.
Yeah.
You 3. Figure it out.
Okay, so we're trying to. Okay.
Christmas Story's on like 24 hours a day.
What about Snoopy? Was Snoopy in any Christmas movies?
That
I'm
was
sure.
Charlie Brown.
That's Charlie Brown.
Was
I'm
Snoopy.
gonna go with Christmas Story. That's my final answer.
Say it, Snoopy.
Help to anyone? I'm sorry.
Dan, what
Just
do you
keep drinking
think?
your
He's
coconut
going
rum.
to tip over.
I'm going to go with Dina on this one.
Christmas
Christmas
Story.
Story.
And Maz's team wins. That is
Wait, is that my
Fake news.
All right, so these are tough. Two of the 3 I would not agree with. Number 6 is Mr. Magoo's Christmas Carol.
Who are these kids?
Yeah, I have no idea what that is. Number 9 is one of my favorite. 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. Remember
sure.
the mouse that broke the clock, and they had to
Yes.
fix the clock to bring Santa
Oh,
back.
I haven't seen that in
Yes.
so long.
And number
crap.
10, I'm not familiar. Number 10 is Yes, Virginia.
Ooh.
Oh.
There is a Santa
Oh,
Claus.
that's
Yes,
my
Virginia
favorite
is
movie.
Santa. Yeah,
Nah.
Yes, Virginia.
Yes,
What was
I
that
never
rated?
saw that.
I don't know what that is, but anyway, hey Dan, thanks for joining us on
Sorry,
that.
Dan.
Crazy. We get crazy
Absolutely.
sometimes, and you guys
Thank
get
you so
crazy
much.
with us. So, all right, here's one thing we're gonna quick do. We are actually gonna give away one of the WeatherProShop.com Storm Spotter packs of resources right now. One of his packs, and that includes a spotter tablet. Dan, what's in the Storm Spotter tablet?
So the spotter tablet, you're looking at the spotter observation log here.
Yes.
It's basically fill in the blank and check the box so you can quickly identify the weather phenomenon you're spotting. You can write in the wind speed, the time, where you're at, what weather office you're covering, everything.
And so it's got that. It's got your hail size guide. It's also got your National Weather Service field office map and phone numbers. So as a spotter and even a chaser, it's a great little pack. We're actually going to give one of those away right now. If you're watching us live on YouTube and following us in the chat box, let us know what your favorite Christmas TV special is during our break. And we're going to pick a winner from random when we come back and award that to that individual.
All right.
All right, so we're going to take a short break. Our podcast listeners get to hear the latest edition of the Titans U Minute with Chris Sanner, but stay right here. We'll be right back with our co-host to share our always interesting WX resources and the "You've got to be kidding me" weather fools.
Bam!
Hey.
Wow.
All right, Dan, thank you, brother.
Thanks,
Wow,
Dan.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Dan.
Dan.
Way to go, Dan.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Did we cover everything you wanted to cover?
Just wanted to also mention that we're going to be we're talking to Linda Wade at the Twister Museum about selling some of the telemetry sensors, the Dorothy sensors.
Oh wow.
Okay.
So I know there's some out there on the internet, but these would be handcrafted in Wakita, so they're about as original as you can get.
Where
Are they for,
are
like,
you going to
Christmas
have those
trees,
up
or-
on your website?
I'll have them under a gift section on the website.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great gift.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, hey, we appreciate it. Thanks for coming on, Dan. Good
Hey,
seeing
thanks
you,
for
man.
having me. Take care.
Thanks, Dan.
Awesome.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. Happy
Happy
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. Cool.
All righty.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I knew like one of those movies on that.
I can't believe A Christmas Story wasn't on that. That's crap.
I knew one of those.
Christmas
You know, I'll be
Vacation.
honest with you. I never watched Christmas Story
Oh my God.
when I was a kid or as an
Really?
adult. I've never watched
Wow,
that whole
Phil.
thing.
Wow.
Is that the Red Rider BB gun?
Shoot
thing?
your
Yeah.
eye out.
I know. I
Yeah.
just, the leg lamp and all that
Love
crap,
that
but
movie.
it just doesn't appeal to me.
I
Phil,
could
do it
get
this
on all
year.
day.
Do it this year. Make it a family activity.
That doesn't appeal to me. Neither does the
It's a Wonderful
Jackie
Life.
Stewart or It's a
Yeah.
Wonderful Life.
Oh,
Never
yeah.
seen it.
That was great.
Doesn't appeal to me.
You know, I'm a little surprised
Jimmy's
Muppets Christmas wasn't on there.
I know. Yeah. Great.
How about
That's my favorite movie.
How about the one with Tom Hanks, the cartoon one?
Oh,
The Polar Express.
Polar
Yeah, that's good.
Express.
That's
Yeah.
also very good.
Man,
My favorite is Disney's Prep and Landing.
that's
The
your
little
favorite?
elves.
That's good.
Yeah,
That one.
I love those guys. They're fun.
Aw.
Oh, Rudolph's
Prep
my
and Landing.
favorite.
Top 10.
Always will be. Rudolph. Oh,
All right,
Brown.
hey, do we still have Mark? Do we still have Oklahoma Weather Tracker on with
No,
us?
they
or-
are done.
Okay, all right.
Oops.
I didn't sign off with them
Sorry.
because I figured they probably nixed us a while ago.
They actually hung on. Until
Did they?
then.
Okay,
Yeah,
Oh, did they?
okay.
I was a little surprised. I didn't think they
Really
would.
got some good stuff.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Those products were really cool. okay, don't.
Those are
Especially
great.
that
That
water.
coconut
No,
drink is
wonderful.
good.
It's not that bad.
Lean to the left.
It's not that bad.
Lean to the
I-
right.
Okay, I'm serious. This is a really cool radio. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie.
Oh,
And it
God.
matches
And this
your
is off
outfit.
air, so you know
I
it's
just want to see
actually
you
really
dance more.
Matches your outfit. Wow. Nice.
Well,
He's
you-
color coordinated with his weather radio.
I want to see him start breakdancing. He's got to lay some cardboard on the floor and start spinning for us.
Ain't nobody. Come on.
Tag team back again. Let's go!
Could you imagine
It
taking
is.
him out? Oh my God.
What station do you have it on?
It's on Philadelphia.
This is Bluetooth.
Bluetooth.
Hey,
He's
Oh,
Bluetoothing it. From
That's
his
he
phone.
actually paid for that music.
What
Yeah,
are you
baby.
listening to? Gosh, dang it.
That's
I'm
like
teasing.
the
Yeah.
80s.
Wow.
Oh gosh.
It is the 80s.
So-
I'm down with the ladies.
yeah, baby.
Ah,
Yeah.
is that
So
funky,
hey,
Paul Medina?
Thank you.
I was gonna
I
send
know.
this to you for the boys, Dina, but I didn't think it would get a whole lot of use down there in Atlanta.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's
We
pretty,
need
she
some
buys
pretty
slush.
cool. That's
Maybe
pretty
nice.
funny.
one time.
Yeah.
Maybe
Anyway.
one.
Brady could use it.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay, the last time I dealt with snowmen, I destroyed. Actually, I'm not proud of this, but me and my high school friends went around. And we destroyed snowmen, so it wasn't great.
Aw.
It was bad. Okay, it was bad. We got caught. We got
Bullshit.
caught, and the police.
It's
came
like
and
cow
everything. It was
tipping
bad.
with snow.
Oh my
Taxi
God.
They throw you in the Columbus, the OSU paddy wagon. I've never
Yeah.
seen it personally.
That was
but-
one of the worst things I did in high school. So I
MJ, you are on it there, buddy.
Taxi
Last
cab
year.
confessions. All right.
I
Go
was
ahead,
gonna say,
MJ.
Phil, you got nieces and nephews up in Minnesota.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
yeah.
You know, what,
Christmas
I was
present.
gonna. Well, here's the thing. Sending it to you. I thought, well, your boys are past
Well,
the
I'm
stage of
not
making
mine.
a snowman
Not
yet.
those. You got
No, I know,
numbers.
but
Free gift.
here's the thing. So so I've got two boys too. So I said, hey, which of all these like toy things, which ones do you each want? And one wanted the storm chaser thing, and one wanted the glow in the dark snow.
Sure.
Your shopping is done.
So that left the snow Yeti, and it left the weather kit. And so Dina wanted the weather kit, but I'm like, well, her boys though aren't going to use the Yeti.
Yeah.
And so I mean we'll be able to use it one out of every two winners probably.
Yeah.
What did Jill want?
50%. She didn't want anything. I took that. I took this. I took the tornado.
I like that tornado. That's cool.
That is
I
cool.
put that on my desk and
On your
display it
new
proudly.
desk.
On my new desk.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, on your new desk. Anyway, it is pretty sweet. Again, that's creepy.
That is.
That is creepy.
Hey, have you guys seen the little Bluetooth speaker that has the tornado? That as the music gets like heavier, like with more bass, it forms a stronger tornado.
No, that's
Yeah, you guys look it up. They sell it on Amazon. It's really cool. It's
Wow.
a Bluetooth speaker that has a tornado in it that gets bigger as the bass gets deeper.
Nice.
Anyway, yeah, it'd be a good gift. Cool.
All right, so here's what we're gonna do, MJ. I'm gonna let you randomly roll the dice and let you pick a winner, and then it's up to you to off the chat. Brady's singing.
There's a tree falling.
Could you imagine if he falls in love with a girl and gets drunk, he starts singing to her?
God, could
Yeah.
you imagine? Hey, Dina,
you know what? This has significance. R.I.P. Tom Petty.
Yes.
Dina, can you adjust can you adjust your camera focus? Like, do you have the ability on your camera
I
to,
don't know.
or is it on your laptop?
Yeah,
on
you're
my
looking
laptop.
more. You're
Okay,
getting-
No,
you're really
it's Phil.
blurry.
It's
I don't. Maybe
definitely- no, I agree.
clean your camera off.
I think
but
you drink too much.
that could be.
Yeah.
No, it might be internet though. It might
That's
be.
just the way I look. It's my
She's-
face.
Hey, Phil,
Hey,
did you,
Gina.
I'm
Phil,
with
did you
Phil
see
though.
the chat? On
I do.
And does
Yeah.
it matter?
Okay, who's the winner?
Okay, no, yeah, we'll do that when we come out of the break. But
Oh, okay. All right.
I was just checking with Phil to see if he
Cool.
No. So okay. So who?
We got Germany
I'm
on
just
the
gonna
line.
turn it over to you.
Cool.
Yeah, okay,
I'll just turn it over to you. You
Boss?
announce who it is, and then figure out how somehow offline you can get their address so I can ship it to them.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Okay.
I don't know how we'll do that, but
Okay.
If you expense the trip, I was maybe planning on going to there and maybe the next year. So if you just want to
God, good God.
send me over there, I'll take it with me. I'll put it in my suitcase.
Young love.
We gotta get going here before we lose Brady.
Before I have to go to work.
Yeah,
All right,
Tina.
so we'll come out of break. I'm gonna just quick turn it over to MJ. He can announce the winner. The winner, if they want, just have them send you an email. Just give your email, the Stormfront Freaks email out or something like that to them.
What
They
is
can.
my Stormfront Freaks email?
Was it Mark Johnson at stormfrontfreaks.com or
I
something?
think
Or just do
it's
Phil.
Johnson.
Phil.
I think it's-
Phil. Give them the Phil at stormfrontfreaks.com email. They can just
We
email
just
me
did.
directly.
Was ist los, Phil?
We just did.
Yeah,
Okay.
Us.
Yeah, I did. I just did. But we got to make sure it's coming from the
Shiza.
right. All right.
Correct.
So when we come back, I'm turning over to MJ. He's going to announce the winner. Then Maz, you're going to introduce weather resources. Who has weather resources? I do.
I do.
I do too.
Phil,
Dina,
Dina,
Kim, and Phil.
Kim. Okay.
You got
We'll,
that,
go-
Maz?
we'll get Dina on first before she
Phil.
passes out. And then
Yeah,
we'll go to
no.
Kim.
Okay. Then we have weather fools. Brady, can you do weather fools? Are you still
Oh, I
coherent
can
enough?
do Weather Fools, baby. Yeah,
I have a
we
weather
got the
fool.
baby now.
I have a Weather Fool as well.
Okay, Brady's got anybody else? Weather fool. Phil and Brady
All right, Phil.
going once and twice. Dina, I'm going to need your help prior to my weather fool. I told you that already.
Wait,
Wait, what?
Remember?
What the?
no.
No.
Remember, I told you I was going to have you explain the difference between the two weather channels.
Flashing.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Weather.
All right.
Oh, okay.
Then we're going to MJ for listener question and responses. Do we have some of those?
I have one.
Good. And then I'll close it out. So let's roll. Coming back in 3, 2. All right, welcome back. So we had a little contest going on live with our viewers of our Stormfront Freaks Raw recording. I'm going to turn it over to you, MJ. Who is our winner of the ProShop.com Storm Spotter pack?
Well, here's how we're going to do it. We had 2 come in really fast. We had Christine come in with Muppets Christmas, and Tanya came in with Christmas Vacation, and they were like bing, bing. So I have in my hands a quarter right here, and we're going to flip this. And Christine is heads, Tanya is tails. Here we go.
Oh my!
It is tails. I had to look at it. It is tails, and that goes to Tanya.
Right?
So Tanya is our winner.
All right. Congratulations, Tanya.
Yes.
Congratulations. All right. Well, thanks for watching our recording and getting all this crap we do that we don't edit
Does
out.
that mean I don't get to go to Germany?
That's probably what
Deliver it. Yeah,
Nice
sorry
German
about
girl.
that.
Dang it.
All right, so let's do this. Let's hit our WX resources and weather fools. Let's start with WX resources. Maz, introduce that and what it is.
Awesome. Hey, WX Resources. WX, of course, standing for weather. Resources, standing for places you can get cool weather factoid stuff and things like that. Clear as mud on that one, right? So anyway, we got 3 here for tonight. Let's start things off with Dina. What do you have for your weather?
All right. So my weather source, I'm going to share my screen. And mine is, it's from the Weather Prediction Center. It's their winter weather forecast page. I like this. It's wpc.ncep.noaa.gov. But if you type in winter weather forecast or WPC in Google, you should find it. But a lot of this is probability maps like snow, freezing rain. I use this a lot with ice. I like this the best for ice. If you go down, you'll see freezing rain probability forecast. So you'll get like a trace, less than, you'll get the days. You can get like a 1/4 inch, a 1/2 inch. So if you're going to have like a day where you could just get some glaze of ice, you can see it here. You can go to the top and kind of scale through the timing of it. If you go over to the right, you'll see like a 1/10 of an inch or a 1/4 of an inch or higher. And during big weather events or big icing events, I look at this constantly, and we use this a lot for our forecasting. I like this a lot. You can put, more. I like this a lot. I go to this every day when I'm working. And it's a good one.
Do you really like it a lot?
I do like it a lot. I like it a lot.
You go to it even when you're not working, don't you?
I like it a lot.
Yeah, hey, but for real though, Dina, that's a really cool. That's
Yeah,
a really
it
cool
is.
resource with the probability forecast. I mean, that's the future of
blurry.
weather forecasting. There.
It's blurry.
How many have you had of your drink tonight?
It's just my face.
No, okay, it is. I'm with Phil and Dina. There's a resolution problem. I agree.
I don't know. It's on my laptop.
Okay, then.
Good.
Just my face. Don't make fun
Moving
of me.
on.
Yeah. Hey, so Kim, save us here, would you?
Oh, you want me to save her? Oh, I don't know about that. I don't know if I can. Okay.
What you got, Kim?
Okay, so mine is okay. I'm gonna see if I can do this.
And if you guys hear any noise
Do
in
you
the
see it?
background, while she's pulling that up, I'm turning my tornado on.
Do
Sorry.
you see it, guys? Do you see it?
No.
You
No,
don't
we
see
see
it?
you.
Okay.
Oh.
Here.
Okay.
Still you and your hand.
My hand.
Coming at you. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
I've been drinking.
Wait, there we go.
There we go.
We see it, Kim. There's
just
hope
down.
yet.
Okay. Okay, guys. This is an incredible site, of course. It's National Weather Service, the National Operational Hydrologic Remote Sensing Center. And it's www.nohrsc.noaa.gov//MSA. Okay, are you guys laughing at me?
No,
laughing with
All I'm
you.
thinking
With
is
you.
we
With
got to
you.
put segments at the beginning of the show when we haven't had 2 or 3 drinks.
Just wait for the skeleton.
Well,
to pop.
my pointer went away, so I have to use my hands, my fingers. So I don't know where the pointer went. It's gone. Does anybody have that happen to them, where the pointer just disappears? Anyway.
I don't know.
Oh well. Okay. All right,
I've,
so anyway,
I've
so
been
this is
flashed
great.
like 3 or 4 times tonight, so
Okay,
don't
yes,
tell me
that's
about
right.
pointers.
Okay, so this is like the best snow website ever to try to find out. going way back, trying to find out snow totals and add them up, go through observations. It was used to be a pain in the butt. This is everything right here. And basically, if you click on this region or this national map, and you kind of see, I don't know if I can do this since I don't have my
We
pointer.
can kind of see it.
Yeah.
Crap. I don't know if
It's highlighting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm in a region. So you go to a region, it tells you over the side the depth of that region that you're looking at, the water equivalent, and the area covered by snow for that area or for the whole country. And then farther down, you can actually go to the different water equivalent, average snowpack temperature, snow melt. And it's really kind of cool because actually if you click on snow melt, it will, I don't know if this will do it here, but it will actually
Probably have to
go
have
through
some
a
snow
loop.
first, right?
That's true too. It goes through a loop and it shows you over time the snow melting. I mean, it's just really kind of cool.
Wow.
So you can do that, but then you can also go to the interactive maps. Wrong one. Crap. Okay, interactive maps.
Whoa.
I got, my fingers are bigger than. Okay, so this. It's bigger than the pointer. Oh well, you know what? Go look
Just
at this
check it
map.
out.
It's absolutely awesome, and it gives you all kinds of great details. Dina, you know this one.
Yeah,
it's fantastic. So anyway, for people who
I'm
are
sold.
this is great. This is a great
Kim, how often is
website
that
to go
updated?
I
Daily.
think it's daily. It's one of these.
Daily.
That's
all
cool.
the time. It's every day, and you can really get a lot of detail and a lot of snow totals, all observations, all kinds of good stuff. So anyway,
Is that it?
That's cool.
that's it.
That's
all
it.
I'm
You
doing.
sure? Okay.
Okay.
Kim, I thought that was awesome, actually.
That was
Oh,
awesome.
really?
good.
Good
All right, I'm
job.
gonna stop sharing now. Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
You've overshared. Phil, what do you got?
Okay, so I'm gonna, my WX resource is we're going back to Michael Binsky. He just a couple weeks ago just released his latest video, which is called Monsoon 4. And he's got, again, great time-lapse video.
Wow.
And if you go to Vimeo, which is Vimeo.com, and just look for either Mike Olbinski or just search Monsoon IV for 4. And this is beautiful. And if you can happen to watch this on a 4K television, you will be amazed.
Yeah, it's incredible.
That's
he
gonna
just,
look good on 4K.
Mhm.
yeah, he just continues to put out some amazing video from his chases every summer. And this certainly is no different. So very impressed with what Mike continues to do.
Every time I hear his name, I think of Monsters Inc. Though, like Mike Wazowski.
Mike Binsky.
It's close.
Yeah, but Michael
that. Look
Binsky
at
has
that.
an Emmy Award. If you remember, we had him on
Yeah.
as a guest.
Not too
That's
long
right.
ago.
Yeah, not too long ago. So that's my WX resource, Mass.
That's on Vimeo.
Vimeo, Vimeo.com, which is basically, it's kind of like a YouTube.
Yep.
Lots of great video, but much higher quality, in my opinion. And just search Monsoon, MONSOON space IV for 4, Monsoon 4.
Okay.
Awesome. And in case you missed any of these links, you can find them on episode, what are we in, 40?
40.
We are episode
Yes.
40. You got it.
Oh, stormfrontfreaks.com resources, right? Did we find it?
No,
Yes.
show notes.
Show notes.
Show notes. That's right. In the show notes section, episode 40.
Here's the other
We got all
thing you
the
can do
links.
nowadays is not only do we have it on the website, but if you're just listening to our podcast on your phone, a lot of times now you could just click on what you're listening to, and it'll pull up the show notes right there. It'll expand all the show notes.
No way.
You can get
Oh,
them right
that's
there on your phone.
All right.
As Matt says, no way, as he's been doing a podcast for 40 episodes and never listened to it.
Is it 40?
No way.
No way. I can listen to him.
All right, Weather Fools. Brady, are you up for doing Weather Fools?
I'm always up for doing Weather Fools, Phil. You
course
should
you
know
are.
this by now.
Oh.
Although I need to, I'm trying to remember that phrase you said earlier in the show when you referred to Weather Fools, because it was great, and I'm trying to think about. Just never mind. It was something you were introducing, and it was great. But anyway, so this is Weather Fools.
You're right. I know.
Yes. We pause for
This
a
is
minute.
so what is Weather Fools? Weather Fools is basically where us as the freaks are going out and looking on the web for a silly or stupid video of someone doing something not so smart, and it relates to weather. So, pretty self-explanatory. Phil, it's mono e mono this week. You versus me in the Weather Fools department.
We got Weather Fools. All right.
I think. Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So here's my Weather Fool. I'm going to share with you, and I've been thinking about this, and my Weather Fool is the Phil Johnson Weather Fool. It's not a Stormfront Freaks Weather Fool. I need to kind of clarify that the opinion of me in this particular response. Their opinion of the Stormfront Freaks podcast. But Dina, what I need you to help me do is if you can explain for our listeners, first and foremost, the Weather Channel that most people know and love is actually two separate companies.
They are.
So tell us just a brief explanation of what happened and what these two companies are.
Well, a couple years ago, we were all one company owned by primarily NBC. We had some other shareholders in there too. But IBM came in and bought pretty much almost everything but the TV side. They bought weather.com and the digital side. We had Weather Underground under our umbrella. So Weather Underground's with us. WSI, which is Weather Services International. Anybody who's in weather or TV weather has heard of them because that's where a lot of your data and weather services come from. So they bought all of that, all the data, all the information, the brand, everything, and took that, and they left the TV side to do their thing. So they're still what they were always with the NBC and things, and now we're under the IBM umbrella. So we are separate now. In fact, we just moved to a new building, very fancy. It's so exciting. We just moved out, so we're not even in the same building anymore.
So I wanted you to explain that because I most people I don't think are aware. They just they see the Weather Channel on TV. They go to their Weather Channel app. And they just think it's all the same thing because the branding is the same. But they're actually two entirely separate companies in this case.
They are. I mean, the IBM side, the digital side where I am now, we are actually we pretty much own all that stuff. So we own the brand, we own the logo, we own the website, the Twitter accounts, the Facebook accounts. And then the TV, when we kind of did our split there and they do the live weather. We can still do weather, but they do the live part of it.
Yeah, you do the app, so you guys are really responsible for the app and
so the app, like that's where I work. In the morning, you find it on your weather app. So all that stuff is still us, and that's IBM, and then all that data goes into the whole big thing with IBM is Watson.
Yeah. Yep.
So that's how.
So I appreciate you explaining that. So here's my Weather Fool, and I've been thinking about this. I'm a little pissed off. A little bit of me because we have had some great people from the TV side of the Weather Channel on our show, as well as the digital side. But the TV side, we've had Jim Cantori, we've had Tom Nizzle, we just recently had Catherine Prosiv, we've had Ryan Davidson, but we've also within the last 4 or 5 months. We were not able to get Dr. Greg Forbes. He was denied by the TV side of the Weather Channel. He was denied to be able to come on our show. And we were also just recently, Mike Bettis was denied. We had Mike Bettis lined up to come on the show in January. Yeah. And his executives denied him being able to come on our show. And both of these people are individuals that have been on other podcasts and other shows and, done interviews elsewhere. But we're not allowed to come on our show. So I'm at that point where I'm borderline going.
I don't know because it's all positive,
side, right?
It's all positive promotion for them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I don't get it unless there's either some, I don't know if there's something on there. And it's funny because I'm seeing the Weather Channel TV side come up now with some shows that are like Weather Fool like shows, right? Where they're showing funny things happening in weather and stuff like that. And so I don't know what it is, but I don't get it. And these are both people that you, Dina and Kim, both have connections to.
Yeah, I mean, Mike and I went to college together.
Yeah, are more than willing to come on the show, and we line them up, and then all of a sudden, boom, they get someone up top that says no. So I don't know why that's happening, but I'm going on the line. I'm going to say my Weather Fool is the TV side of the Weather Channel.
We're getting too popular.
Bam!
Yeah.
Yeah.
People love us too much.
The
I don't know,
Weatherful
it's their
Network.
loss, really. I mean, I can't say anymore. I might get
I don't get it.
trouble.
All right, Brady.
Well, that definitely is probably kicks crap out of mine.
But I mean, I'm real happy to be in the digital side. I worked almost 15 years on the TV side. Now I'm on digital, and I left just because of a lot of that kind of stuff. It's and plus digital's the future.
Yep.
I like
It is.
TV.
Yeah.
Digital and data.
Did that
They're-
too.
Yeah,
for
digital
sure
and
the
data is
future.
where it's at. So
Yep.
hey,
All right. Well, that is a good Weatherful, Phil, because it just doesn't make any sense because you would think it's the same. It's technically not the same brand, but so it's like why I don't know.
I didn't laugh though. I think I
You're
cried.
so eloquent. That was really good.
Thank you, especially at 10:30 when I got up really early this morning.
oh, give me a break.
All right, do you have a
I got
weather
up
pool?
at
Do you have a weather
12:30.
pool?
I do. So
What
my
time did you get up?
weather
9, 10 o'clock?
Yeah, you got nothing.
7:30.
Dina's gonna kick
No,
your
I got
ass.
7.
on that
I'm
because of
working.
that.
7 o'clock. I was done with the show and having breakfast.
Oh,
I don't eat breakfast.
Your face.
Dana.
Okay, I guess I'm the weather fool this week. And then,
Yes.
my second weather fool is Apple. And this is very, I guess not really minor,
Like
but so there's been
company?
a lot. So there's been a ton of new glitches in their new iPhone X.
Are you trying to put a
iOS?
hit out on all of us here with all these major companies you're attacking?
Yeah, no more
iPhone.
Here's the deal. I love the iPhone. Hate the software. The software is so restrictive. And on top of that, you have stuff like that happened. What happens basically with the iPhone X, where if you take your phone outside and expose it to the cold, it will freeze and shut down and won't restart until you put it back inside. And this isn't like when the phone gets too cold.
No, I know
This
that.
is-
Yeah.
This is if you literally take your phone, you have your phone out and you walk outside before the phone even technically gets super chilled on the inside, it just shuts. It just freezes.
No.
So yeah, and so it's a glitch.
Yeah.
So that's my weather fool this week is Apple, who I don't even know how you program that into your phone for it to just freeze when it comes outside.
I've
But
taken mine in my pocket skiing and it died immediately.
I know, which is just like, come on, you sell us a $700 phone, which isn't weather resistant. So I don't know. What can you say? But that was Weather Fools, guys. You can find all of these Weather Fools on our Show 40, right? Show 40 show notes on stormfrontfreaks.com.
Okay, because so these weren't as hysterical as they have been in the past. Can I make a suggestion?
Yes.
What if we ask occasionally some viewers to come up with something?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
I like that.
Or
Right.
listeners. Or
And then
listeners.
or listener,
If I get it
viewer,
up,
listener.
I'm not going to be happy.
Just in case we lose Dina now too.
No, you're not.
Or Phil. Wait, does anyone else see Phil? Does anyone else see Phil's emblem? It's like two guys playing tennis.
Yeah.
He's just not.
His little
Phil's
crest.
gone. All right.
Does anybody else have any more videos? I've got one.
Oh, you want to go here? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
do you
I do
show us
actually
where-
have one here. All right, hang on.
Here you go.
Let's see it.
Are we going for like
Okay.
the marathon long?
So this is funny. This guy, he's doing his
gosh.
weather report,
Yeah.
and I don't know if you can hear it or not,
Can't.
but he's sitting there, and all of a sudden he sees a cockroach go by,
Oh no.
and he's like, "Oh!" and it's the girliest scream. And he's
Is that when the
like,
hurricane?
"God!"
Is
It
that when the
looks like-
hurricane is going through Florida too?
It
looks
might
like
be.
that's. It looks
Yeah,
like that's
looks like,
Irma.
yeah.
That looks like Irma right there.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh my God, this thing is crawling up my leg!"
No. Oh my God.
Oh my God! Oh no! All right, I took that off.
Okay.
No,
That's awesome.
Jesus.
Oh man. Well,
my
that's.
Is
That's
Phil
great.
playing tennis? What is going on there?
I don't know.
Should I just sign us off, or I can do it?
I tell you what, I've got a listener comment. We'll throw
Oh,
that
good,
in right
please
now.
do.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
All right, here we
So Warren Madden at Warren Madden WX.
Oh, we're
Yeah.
We love him. Has he been banned yet
Absolutely.
from us?
Yeah.
He chimed in on Twitter and said enjoyed listening to at Mamatisman on the Stormfront Freaks podcast. I also got all my lightning round questions correct. Go Air Force.
Nice.
Ah.
Yeah.
That's
Way to
right.
go,
Killed
Warden. Thanks for listening.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He's a stud. I like him. He's
He
a
is.
good guy.
Yeah, he is.
He's a great guy.
Super
He was so
brilliant.
interesting. He was so oh my gosh, he was really smart and just
Yeah.
super interesting. I was like, oh
Absolutely.
my gosh.
Yeah.
All right, Brady,
Like a-
take us out.
All right, guys. So that about does it here on episode 40 of the Stormfront Freaks podcast. Anyone else got anything extra before I take
I
us
would
out?
like to clap for Brady that he's still not passed out.
Hey,
Yeah.
stop drinking, baby. I stopped drinking the coconut liqueur.
Take an Advil
All right.
and take some water.
All right. So from MJ, Maz, Dina, Kim,
Woo!
MJ, and Brady, this is Brady signaling an all clear. And have a wonderful night, guys.
Happy
said that.
Thanksgiving, everyone.
You said
Happy
MJ twice.
Thanksgiving. Have safe travel.
Yeah. Peace out.
Peace out.
Night, John boys.
All right. Yes, I guess Phil dropped off.
Wow, he did. didn't
Are
he?
we're still live? Just as that
still live.
dirty little thing pops up
Oh.
on my video.
He had to reboot, so he's.
Oh, did he?
doing that.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a ton of updates on the laptops. I've noticed. You guys had
Brady.
those yet?
Yes.
Takes forever. Great.
He's
Uh,
giving.
I think I saw him in Elf.
We got to do a different list of best Christmas because there were a lot of them that didn't make that.
How
Was
come everyone smells like mushrooms and looks like they want to hurt me?
hurt me.
Oh, all right, guys. Everybody have a
Good
great
night, everybody.
Thanksgiving.
All right,
You
good
too.
night.
Bye.
Are we still live?
You guys all making food and everything?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're hosting one and going to one.
Oh,
Oh, my
nice.
gosh.
Wow.
That'll be fun.
Wear the stretchy pants.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What do you think I'm wearing now?
We don't want to know. All right. Okay.
You guys are the best.
Oh.
Seriously, you
Probably
guys
not.
are awesome. Every
Yeah, it was-
single one of you.
Okay.
Peace
All right,
out.
guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye,
Good night.
everybody.
Good night,
See you
Kim.
later. Good night, Dina.